Hi everyone, I wanted to come on live right now as I am outside in my favorite spot close to my house to share with you a bit more about how I take care of myself when things are more challenging in life, when there are bumps in the road and when things are especially emotionally difficult. So I'm gonna try. I'm using my phone and I'm noticing that I think for that I need to look at a side on the phone so that you see me looking in your eyes. I'm gonna try to practice that, but it feels kind of weird. So if you see me looking not in your eyes, it's what's happening. And I want to show you actually where I am here, because this is where I do a lot of self-care. So I'm changing. Yeah, it's getting dark, so it's why I want to try to do this Facebook Live while you can see it. So this is a view on the bay, and I can see if I move around. I hope you are hearing me, so if you are able to hear me, could you just say something in the comment yes, so that I know that the sound is working well, because I don't have a headset here. So I want to show you first the view. So it's a little bit foggy right now, but this is the view. This is San Francisco over there in the fog, and then there is the Golden Gate Bridge right in front of me that you may not be seeing right now. And I'm blessed. I live very close. I live like 10 minutes on foot from this place, and I have a beautiful view like that from my home. It's amazing. And this is where I often come to do self-care during the day. I'm gonna show you here, I often lay down in the grass here. Lay down in the grass, I take off my shoes, I feel the ground with the earth with my bare feet, and that often does a trick for me when I need to really rest. So I wanted to show you that, and also wanted to share specifically with you. So again, if you are able to hear me, if you could say yes in the comment. I don't know it's working, but I'm gonna go anyway. So if you could tell me a thumbs up or yes, that would be awesome. And I wanted to share with you, because how I really take care of myself, especially emotionally when things get challenging. And the reason why I want to share that with you, because I find a lot of people don't do that, and a lot of people, it's challenging for a lot of people, including for myself, and I have tools to do that, and I want to share with you in case that helps. And I find, especially in I think in all cultures and societies, but I find in the US there is such a something about pushing harder and harder, and not always listening to our body, our emotions when we need to rest. So I think it's such an important thing to ensure you have fulfillment in your life and in your work as well. It's related, doing work you love is also about taking care of yourself. And so what has happened for me in the past, I would say the past 3 to 4 weeks have been kind of somehow challenging emotionally for me, not on my business front. Like, I'm blessed, my business is going well. I just love I'm working with amazing clients, and I'm getting more clients, and I love them, and it's a blessing. So on this front, things are really blossoming for me more and more, and I love what I do. It's my purpose in the world. It feels really aligned for me. What has been more challenging is something on the personal level, and specifically related to my native country and France. So one of the first things that I didn't share broadly, because it's kind of painful for me, and it's still painful for me to share with you right now. I'm still in the grieving process, and it's hard to accept that this is happening. Some of you may know that I lost my dear grandma in January this year, and I'm still grieving the loss. I've been to really take care of my grief, but it still feel a lot of sadness from the loss. I'm missing her dearly. Yeah, it's hard when you love someone to have them to know that you cannot talk to them anymore in the physical world. It's painful. And what has happened in the past few weeks is that the house, my grandma's house, where I spent a lot of my childhood vacation, and that was really dear to my heart, is being sold right now. And some of you may have seen On Facebook, I've been sharing a lot of pictures of this house last year, specifically, and over the years when I was going to France. So some of you may remember the pictures, and I'm showing it's very raw right now. It's like I'm grieving. Thank you for waving, Hélène. Okay, I know you're hearing me, or somebody is hearing me. It's good to see you and to have a French friend showing up here. Yeah, so the house where I spent a lot of my childhood vacation with my grandparents is being sold right now, and it's breaking my heart. It's extremely painful. It's like grieving my grandma all over again. And some of you may or may not understand, even if you haven't had that experience, but that house was more than a house for me. It was the love of my grandma in the house. I love, this is one of my favorite places to spend vacation when I was a kid. And I love, the garden was beautiful. My grandfather was an architect, so that means that he kind of designed all the gardens and everything around the house, you know, really well, like landscape architecture. You would love the house, you would love the garden. It was just like, I don't know, I don't have words. It was just magical. And as a kid, you know, when you have a garden like that and you can go and hide in corners and you know, pick up strawberries and raspberries and prunes and all the fruits at all, especially in summer, that was just such a joy to do that. So yeah, the fact that the house is being sold is like, I didn't know one day that would happen. And what I want to know as well is that I'm not here to say, oh, we should keep the house. I don't want to go into this, you know, this debate or story right now. I don't think, for different reasons, and I won't go into that. It's, you know, would be able to keep the house right now. So it's not something I'm considering, but it's still very painful to be grieving that. And also to be grieving from far away, because right now, for different reasons, around my visa situation, I cannot go to France at this moment. And so being able to do the grieving from a distance, knowing I won't be able to see the house before it's sold, and is challenging. Okay, I'm not gonna hide it. It's hard. It's, you know, grieving remotely it sucks. It's just, I don't wish that for anybody. It's difficult. It's part of life, but it's hard. And so, you know, it has been, you know, for that reason, some difficult emotionally, especially I think 3 weeks ago, something like that. And so to share with you about some of the things I've been doing, and also beside that, there is a mosquito or something. Beside that, anyway, I won't go into details, but there is the situation around my visa situation to stay longer term in the US is also a little bit challenging right now. A lot of unknown around that, which at times can be stressful if I do a lot of grounding practices and spiritual practices, and I get support from, you know, a lot of people in my life. I get supported and I reach out for support. There are times where it sucks, to be honest, you know, I won't lie. It's not like always, okay, surrender and trust. Sometimes it just sucks and I don't like it. And so this and other things also on my personal level, because I'm doing a lot of personal growth and I love it, and sometimes it's intense. So the combination of all of that in the past few weeks, I've been like, yes, plus running my business and everything, I've been a lot on my plate. And so how I take care of myself in this time, because I had to really see what I need to do for myself. So the first thing is that, especially in time of grieving or things are emotionally difficult, what's really important is that we are in a society, unfortunately, that don't value emotions. And so that means when people are going through emotional difficulty, they don't really do anything about it. You know, when you have physical pain, people are like, oh my God, it's so hard. You need to rest. But when you are going through a hard time emotionally, it's like we keep pushing. We don't value that as if we need to rest. because emotional pain is as important as physical pain. And when we don't take care of ourselves, we pay the price, and we pay the price physically, in our relationship, in our work, everywhere. So what I did the week of the thing was really intense about the house, you know, the grieving of the house in France, is that I actually rescheduled some client sessions. I realized, you know, I need spaciousness this week to grieve, to cry, to feel it. I needed spaciousness to talk with my family in France about the details, about what I felt, about doing, you know, kind of a video conferencing in the house so that I could see the house remotely, deciding what I want to keep. Anyway, all of this, I needed spaciousness for that, and I realized it. Initially, my first incline was to push harder, you know, was like, no, I have this client session, I need to do them. I didn't think about it. And then I started realizing, you know, this is not working. I need spaciousness. And even if it was hard for me, I reach out to clients and I'll tell them about a bit the situation, and I say, you know, I wouldn't be I'm at best to support you right now. So I would love to reschedule the session so that I can be at my best when I'm supporting you during our sessions. And this is super important for you to do, whether you have your business or not your business, or you are working 9 to 5. Just take care of yourself, even physically and also emotionally. You have the right to, when emotions are hard in your life, to have time off, to tend to your emotional body. Please do that. Tending to your physical body, of course, and tending to your emotional body. You need that for your health, for your well-being, for the well-being of your family and the relationship in your life. So this is the first thing I really want you to encourage you to do. If you are not doing it already, please, 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 take care of that. Even if your first tendency may be to really, you know, just keep pushing. I see a lot of people keep pushing. Listen how you feel. So that was the first thing. And then the second thing, it's becoming harder to hold. I'm holding my phone with my arms right now, and I'm just feeling my arms. Oh my goodness, I don't know how I can do, but if I do lower, it's gonna be weird. So I'm gonna try to sit down over there. And so the other piece I wanted to share as well is something that I did. I realized that I needed to go away. I work from home every day, and I love my apartment. It's beautiful with a beautiful view, but working from home every day and being always there, at some point my system just, please give me a break. And then when I don't take a break like that, and I don't go out of the house, or I would say go travel out of the Bay Area for several months, my system doesn't like it, and I get really drained. So I realized it's why the past 2 weekends, you may have seen, I went to Harbin Hot Springs. So first, last weekend, I just realized I was crashing. And I know that when I'm crashing, for me, is like going away, recharging in a place where I don't have to do anything. I'm doing so much in my business, in my life. I can just be. I can just relax. I can just soak in the water. I'm not checking Facebook. I'm not checking my texts and my messages. It's exhausting, you know, to be receiving messages and checking. I need to reply to that and check that out. I'm just like, ah. So I go to Harbin Hot Springs to really recharge. And so I went last weekend. The weekend, I would say 1 week ago, I went there for 2 days, 2 nights, and that was great. But I came back and I could see myself resenting coming back. I was like on my drive back home, and I was like, oh, I don't want to come back to the Bay. I'm not ready. And my body was like, you need more of time at Harbin. And that was hard for me to accept, to say, you know, the part of me like, oh my God, you are so demanding, you need more. But I'm like, my body was like, no, you need more. So this weekend, even if I had plans and things like that, so it was a hard decision for me to make, but I was still really tired, and my body was telling me, you need 4 days out, 4 days, go back to Harbin Hot Springs. 2 days was not enough. You need 4 full days to fully recharge, to rejuvenate, to really surrender, to just be, not having to do anything, soak in the water, don't have to cook. You know, I'm tired sometimes of cooking, making my own food. So I'm not cooking, I'm buying the food. I'm not having to do, and also when I am at home, I feel like, oh, there are stuff I need to do. I'm like, when I'm away, I don't need to do anything. So this is what I did. So I ended up going to Harbin Hot Spring, leaving on Friday and coming back on yesterday morning. And I feel way better today. Oh my goodness. I just like, yes, that was so good for me. Like I can feel less tired. I feel better. I see more clearly also what happens. I find when we really recharge, we see more clearly. The choices in my life or the decision come more easily. When I'm tired, everything seems hard. I have a hard time making decisions. I feel decision fatigue, planning fatigue. And then when I come back refreshed, suddenly like things are easier. I see more clearly. I'm way more productive. You know, if you want to be productive, take a vacation. This is the best thing. This is French. This is something I love about my country, about France. This is French wisdom right there. Is that taking a vacation is really good for productivity. And this is something, I'm going to be honest here, this is something people in the US, you need to learn. Every country has their own thing to learn, by the way. In France, we have stuff to learn as well, but every country has. And yeah, I'm sorry, you guys. In the US, you are working, I'm gonna say it as it is, you are working too hard. And that has great advantage, but you are burning yourself out. And take freaking vacation. If you want to be productive, a vacation, when you come back from vacation, your mind is clear. A vacation of a break, whatever you call it. Your mind is clear, you are way more productive. So this is what's happening for me right now this week. And what I wanted to say about that was not an easy decision for me to go back to Harbin Hot Spring for 4 days. First of all, initially, I committed a month ago to do some volunteering for some mentors of mine that I really like. I love what they're up to in the world. I care a lot about the work they do. I care a lot about me volunteering for them. And when I make a commitment, it's hard for me to go back on my commitment. I don't like that. And I realized about 10 days or 2 weeks ago that I wouldn't be able to keep my commitment and be of support to the people I was supposed to support. And that was probably not a good idea for me to do it. But it was hard. You know, sometimes situations like that, fearing disappointing people. But there are situations like that when you need to self-care, to take care of yourself, really when it's really important, you may have to do that. And it's really important for you to really see, okay, why now? I really need to time off to take care of myself, otherwise I'm gonna burn out. And this is important for you to do that for yourself, but for the sake of other people as well. Because if you are burnt out, you won't be of service to other people. You won't be a good person to be around anyway. So sometimes you may need to do that. It's not necessarily an easy decision, but you need to prioritize your self-care and yourself. So I had to do that. And also there was a birthday party of a friend I wanted really to attend. So that was a hard decision, but I had to listen. And I'm so glad I did. I did listen, because today I feel, and this week I feel way better. I may still, need looking at in the next few weeks, what I need to still taking care of myself. This has been a really intense time for me. It's still an intense time right now in my life, and I need really to attend to that to ensure like I take care of myself and I can be present for my clients, which I'm really committed to, and I'm really present with them and the people in my life. So keep listening. Sometimes you need to change the course. Sometimes it also takes courage, because you may have a plan in mind. You may say, okay, I was planning to do that. Oh, I'm realizing I'm not feeling as good as I was expecting to be. So sometimes you have to reevaluate what was your plan and your goals. And it can be difficult. I know for me, I'm very goal oriented. I'm really okay, this is what I'm gonna do. And sometimes I have to reevaluate and stop and see, okay, if this is not working the way I was planning, some stuff came in the way, and I need to readjust the plan and have the flexibility to do that. So I'm gonna leave you with that. I'm seeing it's getting dark right now. It's funny, and I'm noticing I didn't look too much about where I'm supposed to look on my phone so that you see me looking in the eyes. So I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna try to be better at that, but I find it kind of challenging. And so I hope this was helpful. I would love to hear in the comments, share with me about what that inspires you, what I'm sharing, you know, what are practices you are setting in place or you need to set in place for you to take care of yourself, and what are you gonna do to do that, or what have you done already? Please, I would love to hear that. And ask questions as well. If you have any questions, I'm happy to help, because I've been practicing for the past 3-4 years. I've been quite really good about balancing my work with my personal life and setting in place self-care practices. I do that a lot, you know, and perfectly. Sometimes I realize, you know, I realize, okay, I'm burning out. Burning out is maybe exaggerated. I don't think I was really burning out, but I'm really tired. It's time to self-care. So anyway, feel free to ask me questions, because I love that. And it's super dark, and I see people joining, Shiban and other people. It's my phone, so I cannot see nearly everybody. I'm looking. Okay, I need to scroll down here. So hi everybody, I see you. I see your names here. And have a wonderful evening or day, depending on when and where you are watching this. And yeah, keep me posted in the comments below what you are learning from that, or what's coming up for you as you are listening, watching this video. I would love to hear. And wishing you wonderful self-care. Take good care of yourself, your body, you know, your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, your spiritual body, all part of you. To really take care of you. You really deserve it, and for yourself, but also to be more here for people in your life.